Hello everybody, welcome back to another video, and we have finally gotten official images of the January 2025 set wave. There are lots of things I like, and also things I'm pretty mixed on, so let's begin. First up we have Lloyd's Green Forest Dragon. This has 128 pieces, 2 minifigures, and would be $20 US. The reason I'm starting with this set and not with the gimmick sets like I usually do, or I say usually do, but this is only my second time talking about a set wave that has gimmick sets. Anyways, this set got revealed a few days earlier, so it's not as interesting as everything else. This set looks solid. The dragon looks good, as well as the villain. And I might have considered buying this one on the first if it wasn't for that Lloyd figure. For some reason, the Lloyd in the set is just a combination of his merge, mech, and source tournament suits. It doesn't look bad at all. In fact, I think it looks better than the original merge suits. But just why? I probably would have gotten this if it came with a new Lloyd, even though I'm not too crazy about these new suits. More on that later. Circling back to talk about the new gimmick sets, these look like gimmick sets. I've pretty much already said everything I want to say about these when we got those first leaks back in October. So if you want to hear more of my thoughts on these, as well as just my thoughts on gimmick sets as a whole, go watch that video. Though I will add here that the box art for Sword Spinner is beautiful. Like, to the point where I want to get this set just for the box art. Also, the Aaron and Ross 2-pack is probably the best gimmick set we've gotten in a while. You get just the normal versions of Aaron and Ross here, and this is the same Ross figure that came in this year's Summer Wave, so it's really nice to be able to get that figure for cheap. Next up is the first set that I'm for sure going to be buying on January 1st. Zane's Battle Mech Suit. This set has 92 pieces, 3 minifigures, and will cost $10. This set is amazing. You get the new Zane figure, the same wildfire that came in the sets last year, but I'm honestly fine with that. And most importantly, a member of the Forbidden Five, Drix. I don't like Drix's design nearly as much as I like Nox or Rox, but still, getting one of these characters in a $10 set is amazing. The new Zane here looks pretty good. This actually seems to be a different Zane figure than what comes in other sets, which is interesting. But yeah, don't have much more to say about this one. Great figs, great price. You cannot tell me that anyone over the age of 7 will be buying this for the build. Moving on. Oh wow, another green and lime car for Lloyd. How exciting. Yeah, I don't care about this. There isn't anything wrong with the build. But as someone who owns Lloyd's core car as well as owned the Ninja Nightcrawler, rest in pieces, as well as owns like 5 other Ninjago cars, I just don't need this. The only reasons I would get this set is for the 2 figures and because it's only $20. The piece count is a bit low, only being at 181, but it does have a big piece in the back for the pullback function. And it does look like a $20-$25 size set from these pictures. There's nothing wrong with this set. It's good, just not something that I'm interested in. Next up is Kai's Mech Storm Rider. And this is just a Monkey Kid set. This is the second Mech Rider we've gotten. The first one was back in 2023, also for Kai. This set has 3 minifigures, 333 pieces, and would be $50 US. Which is just too much. This set should be $35, $40 max. $50 is just way too much, especially for only 3 minifigures. The build looks fine. We're getting another Evo style mech, which is nice, except for the fact that this will be the 3rd Evo mech we've gone for Kai. Good figures, bad price, remake of an awful set, probably my second least favorite Ninjago set ever, only in front of Zane's Minor Creature. This set should have been for Nia. She already comes in the set, and this set would have just fit her a lot better than it does Kai. Now we're really getting into the exciting stuff. With the Dragonian Storm Village. This set has 305 pieces, will be $40 US, which doesn't sound great, but it comes with 6 minifigures, 2 of which are exclusive, and another 2 being ones that people will really want. This set comes with 2 generic villains, which are still really cool: Zane, Nia, Rogue, and Moro. The latter 2 of that list being exclusive. We did get a good quality image of Moro last month, literally not even a day after I made my video talking about the Moro leaks. So we've known he's coming, but it's still really cool to finally see him in a set. Rogue is, of course, Jay, and his new figure looks really great. I'll definitely be getting this set on the 1st if I can, and that's pretty much just because of the figures. The build does look solid, though. Second to last is by far my least favorite set of the wave, Roz and Aaron's Super Storm Jet. This has 510 pieces, 3 minifigures, which is a pretty small amount for $50. Maybe that's because we got so many in the last set, and either way the piece count is still good, so I'm not really complaining too much. This set looks amazing. It's able to be different from every other jet we've gotten by having 4 wings, and since it's an Aaron jet, it has a unique color scheme. Roz has what looks to be a little dragon on the back, which is interesting. I really don't have all too much to say about this. Amazing build, great figures, though I do wish that I recalled Roz to make him pink instead of red. And a pretty good price. Day 1 buy for me. And last but not least is Zane's Ultra Combiner Mech. At first, I wasn't all too excited about this. I have the combo mech from Core, and I love that set, so I didn't really see the need to get this one that looks inferior. But then I saw the back of the box. The biggest problem with the combo mech was that only 2 of the 4 vehicles looked good when separated. And I didn't mind that Jay's and Cole's vehicles didn't look great because it allowed for the transformation feature. But this set managed to make all 4 parts of the mech look great on their own. And they all have a similar color scheme, which makes the completed mech have one cohesive color scheme. This has 1,187 pieces, 6 minifigures, and will be $100, which is a great price. The figures that this set comes with are 2 Dragonian Warriors, Cole, Sora, Noct, and Pixel. Noct really should have been in one of this year's summer sets, but it's nice to finally get him. Pixel's back, which is exciting. It's been, 2 years since she came in a set? This is the only set that Cole comes in, which kind of sucks. Sora's here, and so is Grown Up Ryu. I really wish that Ryu was his own set like he was last year, but it's really cool that he's a part of this mech, and at the very least this will give him something to do, since he was kind of just there in Season 2. Wait a second. This is called Zane's Ultra Combiner Mech. So where the heck is he? Whoa! So yeah, this is a thing. The more I think about it, the more I wonder how it's taken almost 14 years for something like this to happen. Back when we first got these set names, I thought that all the vehicles were going to belong to Zane, but thankfully that isn't the case, and the reason this is specifically a Zane mech is because Zane is the mech. This has really grown on me, and it's definitely one of my favorites. I probably won't get it on the 1st, but hopefully sometime later in the year. Great builds, I love the look of Sora's and Pixel's vehicles. Great figures, glad to see we're finally getting Noct, and a pretty great price. And this is only one of 2 mechs this wave, which is pretty refreshing after this year's January wave. I wonder if Zane's smaller mech is meant to be the bigger version of him, just redesigned a little to fit the price, and made him a mech to give kids a cheap way to get the Zane minifigures, since he's supposed to be a big focus in Season 3. The last thing that I have to talk about here are the new suits. And starting with what I like. Aaron. I love this new suit for him. I honestly wouldn't have minded if he kept his tournament suit, since it would have made sense. And that figure only came in really expensive sets. But I do really like what we got. That's the only positive thing I have to say about these suits. Out of all the ninja suits we've gotten in the past 13.5 years, there hasn't been a single lineup that I haven't disliked. There are of course some suits I prefer over others. I have my favorites and I have my least favorites. And even my least favorites, like the rebooted and core suits, I still like for the most part. But these suits are over-designed, unnecessary, and just plain ugly. The thing that ruins them for me is the yellow part going down the middle. It breaks up the color scheme in a not good way, and it makes these figures look so armored to the point where I don't even understand how the ninja can move in these things. And the reason I call these suits unnecessary is because what do these suits accomplish that the mech pilot suits don't? They're both very armored and have very similar looking masks. My biggest issue with this year's sets is that we got 3 separate suit lineups. 3! Why do we need 3? Each season should have no more than 2. Preferably only 1. The mech pilot suits were completely unnecessary. They weren't even in the show for 3 episodes. What LEGO should have done is only have the climber and tournament suits in Season 2, and have the mech pilot suits replace these new suits next year. In the new mask mode, back during the 11-minute seasons, we got new mask modes pretty much every year, but back then it made sense. Those suits were very specialized and wouldn't work with any of the existing mask modes. But these new suits, I don't see any reason why these suits couldn't have just used the mech pilot mask. I don't think that these new hoods look bad, but they're just so similar to the hoods we just got this January. I don't see the point in them. And I'm not saying that I don't like getting new mask modes, I do, but can we please just go more than a year without introducing a new one? And yeah, Zane does have a different suit in the $10 set, which I do like the look of a lot more. I'm pretty sure he's shirtless. That rant went on longer than I thought it would. I'm hoping that I'll start to warm up to these suits once I get them in hand and once we see them in the show. But right now, I really just don't like the look of them. But overall, I think that this wave of sets is pretty good. There's a lot here to like. What do you guys think about these new suits? And with that, if you enjoyed, I'd really appreciate it if you took 2 seconds to like and subscribe. Bye!